What is going on, everybody? To another edition of On the Road to Victory, and I'm too excited. I just can't get my sound right. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time here on this beautiful Friday night. Hopefully, you got to enjoy some of that weather out there today before it gets cold as hell. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season, but we're here tonight to talk some birds. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Fan Friday, it's your show, so all the questions, all the topics that you've had all week, and I mean lots of them, bring them to the table. Let's go. So I've seen it. I've heard it. There is pure chaos abound. And let me tell you, I understand why people are frustrated. I get it. You know, we're supposed to be undefeated, destroy every team. That's how it works in the NFL every year. There's always that team that goes undefeated. Wait, no. So look, we have broken down everything we possibly could the last couple of weeks. I really, understand it. I do. Trust me. It sucks seeing the team this talented have struggles like they do. But understanding having new coordinators, the injuries, the things that have definitely, hindered this team, it makes it much clearer that, hey, look, we have seen them play well against some of the top teams, and we know that this talent is there from the coaching staff to the players. And look, you'll see other content creators, media people, we got to fire everyone. We got to trade them all. Everybody sucks. They're the worst in the world. But I'm here to tell you, I ain't buying it. The Philadelphia Eagles still best team in the NFL, still winning that Super Bowl. Write it down, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm right here still screaming it from the mountaintop. And look, Monday, we've got the Seahawks, and they are loaded. We went through behind enemy lines, got to know the Seahawks, went through the top matchups in this game. Hopefully, you were able to check those out. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. And I don't care that they're 6-7. I don't care what their stats say. Look, they have a very talented roster, and it's any given Sunday in the NFL. So looking forward to this matchup, and I hope you're looking forward to it too. But let's jump into this bad boy. And my apologies to the channel members. I don't know why I did not get that mailbag out earlier this week, but yeah, that's my apology. So no mailbag question. So it's all on you in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. And look, I've got some stuff for you. I've got the injury report. I'll show that to you actually before I even get over to the comments. Let me just show that to you in case you missed it today. Upgraded was Reed Blankenship to a full participant. Did not practice with Slade, Juergens, and Cunningham again. Now, remember last week, Slade didn't practice the first 2 days. He was able to play. So I don't know that, these guys are going to miss, but obviously it's never a good sign to miss 2 practices, but it does not mean that these guys are going to, just miss time because they didn't practice the first times. So with Cam Juergens, a pec, that's a little risky there. I don't know, man. I think he misses this one. I would like to see Steen in there, but they had Opeta at practice, so maybe tomorrow it's Steen. We'll see which way they go. But Zach Cunningham, we talked about him being back. Hey, was hopeful it would be Zach and Shaq, but we'll see. It might be Morrow and Shaq. Lord. But look, next man up, don't care. And then Darius Slay, look, he's been having that knee issue, but still playing great here. Look, to me, I'm hopeful he plays, but it's Monday, so let's just hope that he's ready to go. Now, you really want to freak out, you could be a Seahawks fan. You could see all the players that did not practice. This was yesterday. So today it didn't come out yet. They're on the West Coast, so it takes them a little while. But you can see here a lot of people that did not practice. Witherspoon, Brooks, and Adams, most notable there. And then you see limited. You've got your right guard, your kick returner, quarterback, cornerback, D lineman, nose tackle. So a lot of injuries going on for these guys. I couldn't even fit them all in because they did have 3 guys that were full participants yesterday. So I just put them on a different list. They're good to go this week. They're right tackle, their center, and backup corner there. But this is a very long list, 14 players. So I know a lot of people like to freak out about these injury reports, but I can't imagine if we were another Birds fan how it would be going. But look, for us, next man up. That's all I have to say, right? So I'll keep you up to date tomorrow, obviously, because the game being on Monday, that will be the game status report. Usually comes out today, but tomorrow you'll get that. You'll know who's out, who's questionable, all that great stuff. But I wanted to show you that, and now it's all up to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear what you've got to say, and let's effing go Birds. George, starting us off with a little go Birds. That's what I like to see, my friend. Appreciate you taking the time. Jose in here. That's what I like to hear. Go Birds. My man Mario in here. Love to see it. Everyone's negative. Hey, look, and it always does, Anton. I get fueled by that. I tell you guys, I'm the juggernaut. You can come at me all you want. Tell me Hurts isn't going to develop. Tell me Howie Roseman needs to be fired. these people try every single week with these stupid ass narratives. And each week I take them to the woodshed. So good for them. I'm glad they don't know anything because it just allows me to come out here and dog walk them. What's happening, my man? Let's go, Wills. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm feeling great, feeling very pumped up. I know a lot of people. What are our thoughts on? I like to see them practicing. I know a lot of people are offended that they were practicing on things that they need to work on, but I love that they practice. They should be practicing, working on things. If they weren't, then everybody would be whining and complaining about, oh, they're not. So you got to realize these people are just a little slow and just a little whiny. So, dude, I'm very excited. Don't let that negativity get you down out there. I am pumped up. This team is pissed off, and they've been hearing it. Oh, yeah, they've been hearing it. Don't worry. And look, they will answer come this Monday. I promise you that. And this team knows how talented they are. We've beaten the best in the NFL, and yeah, we lost to they. Obviously, the NFL built that gauntlet to try to take us out, and look how tall we stood through it. And it took till the end till we finally started feeling a little bit of it. But hey, look, you don't ever want to lose like that. But it goes to show, they gave 10 days rest to the Niners, 10 days rest for the Cowboys to prepare, and then made us play the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Bills, the Chiefs, all the best teams in the NFL. So I love it, man. I think they're battle tested. What did we talk about at the beginning of the season? This is the kind of schedule that builds a champion. Yeah, you might lose a couple of them, but guess what? It's only going to make you better. So, hey, we talked about it before the season. They want to get caught up and stuff. Let them. And yeah, man, let people just whine and whine and whine as they just go destroy. And as I've talked about, it's going to be hilarious after we destroy these next 3 teams in 4 games. But, then the narrative, well, they had easy games there. And it's like, yeah, dumbass, because we just played the most intense schedule in NFL history at the beginning of the season. Now, you see, the Cowboys have had a cakewalk. They have the 3rd easiest schedule. The Ravens have like the 6th easiest schedule. Niners are like the 10th easiest. All very simple schedules, giving them very easy teams to face. Whereas the Eagles, they gave them the hardest. So all of those teams are 10-3, but it's the Eagles that are apparently frauds because they lost to Cowboys and 49ers. Oh, those other 2 10-3 teams. Oh, that's weird. I love the narratives. I love it. I'm more than ready. Born ready, my man. Let's go. Happy to see you in here, China. Appreciate you taking the time. Hope you're pumped up. I know you've been seeing all the slander. And look, you guys got to feel confident about it. To see these whiny fans on the edge like they are, and to see the fans of these other teams, they are shook. They literally all day, every day, I see these fans of 49ers, Cowboys commenting on my videos. And I tell them, hey, I appreciate the support, but bro, you can't still be down this bad about it. But they are down bad about the Eagles losing. That goes to tell you how petrified they are of this team. And I don't blame them, man. This team is truly just as good as the Cowboys, 49ers fans are all saying out there with their tears. So we get it, man. And we appreciate you letting us know that this still is the best team in the NFL. And happy to see you in here, Tim, my man. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great week. It's always a great time for Fan Friday. This is one I was pumped up. We talked about, you guys saw my post earlier. He could return for the playoffs. We talked about that last week. Happy Fan Friday to you. Love to see the love being shared. But I've been looking forward to this show more than anything. This week has been unbearable with these content creators, these Eagles fans. They flip so quick. As soon as things look tough, it is every player sucks. Everybody. And I think my favorite thing is they always attack individuals, right? This guy's got to be fired this week. This guy's got to be cut. We got to trade this guy. Everybody's got to go. They all suck, right? It's always an individual. We have to point out individuals. It can never be a team effort. It's never the team. It's always individuals. So as soon as one of these individuals is like, hey, do you guys actually watch football or know what you're watching? Because I actually did pretty good in this game. Then they get offended and they're like, well, how dare you make this about an individual when it's about the team there, dang there. These entitled people are unbearable. Jesus, help us all. Please, for the love of God. It drives me nuts. Oh, that's what's up. Let's go build that mental energy back up. Game day is going to do that for you. I'm hopeful it doesn't give you that panic attack that we all look forward to every week, but I digress. I don't know what's going to happen, but for me, I think this Eagles team is going to come out. This is a damn good team. These Seahawks have a lot of talent here. They're hungry. We got to go out here and punch them right in the mouth. And I think that this is a great way to do it because it's not any kind of pushover. So when we do win, it's not, they're going to try, they were 6-7. They're not that good. We know they'll have to paint themselves a little picture to go to bed at night. But for me, hilarious. Yeah, if you guys miss anything, that post from earlier today or the stuff we've been talking about the last couple of weeks, yeah, he is still hopeful that he comes back for the playoffs. Nothing changed there, but I did post a video that I assume you guys are talking about where it says hopeful to come back for the playoffs. But yeah, that is when he is hopeful to come back for. Let's go. Love to see the love being shared. Fumble drill, ask for change. And the media bashes him for doing it. Thank you. Yeah, it's embarrassing to see people whine, just like I was making fun of them for the individual thing. They just have to move the goalposts each week. They're very, very lacking when it comes to football knowledge. So it's always about what can I get people pissed off about? How can I get people whining, clicking on this, crying, and people will always support that stuff. So, hey, man, as I said, I love it, man. Good. You should be working on it. I mean, they get so offended about the things they ask for. You remember at the beginning of the season, they don't run the ball. Then we start running the ball. Well, they're not passing the ball. And then that's just each week they get so lost in the fact that you play different teams different ways. And sometimes things are working, sometimes they're not. Yes, you would like to do things certain ways. And we talk about how you could fix them, but oh, God, help us. I love it, though. That's why I was so excited to come here tonight because I look forward to these shows, man. You guys get me so pumped up. I know my sickos, my diehards are going to be riding with me, and that's all I ask for. I don't care. People always say, well, this guy told me. I don't. Okay. Just compare my work to their work, and then I'll tell you if I should start listening to them. If they start getting what I get right, and I mean media people, I don't care who it is. If they have as much right as I do, I will listen to them. But they don't. So I don't care. And, oh, you're a jerk. I'm not a jerk. I am tired of hearing that all the hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of work that I put in to give you the best quality content there is, that it just means nothing. Oh, well, you don't. No, dog. We're going to have to start seeing track records. I don't care how entitled they were, what mommy and daddy did for them. I don't care whose basement they're in. I'm coming from the bottom, baby, right to the top. And nobody is stopping me. But how do we turn things around? I think Tanner McKee, that would be, and I saw one of those radio stations posted that somebody actually is saying that right now. I mean, first it was Mariota. Now, a lot of them, it's just racism, but stupidity. It happens to be a disease in this world. Oh, God help us. But hilarious, China. The things that people say to me, man. Someone was telling me, Britton Covey, worst punt returner in the game. It was on the thing that has it literally, he's first, tied for first, second, third, first. This isn't good. He doesn't actually see Kevontae Turpin. And I was like, oh, well, Kevontae Turpin averages like 6.6. Well, let me tell you about Kadarius Toney. Well, he averages 9.1 yards per return. Well, let me do it. And it's like, dog, I know that facts don't fit a lot of you well, but whining like a bitch, this is not the place to do it, man. And if you don't know what you're talking about, because people just make an ass of themselves. And it's been embarrassing for the years that I've done this. I mean, my whole life, I never knew that we had a section of this fan base that was like that. But maybe it was the Super Bowl that brought it on. I don't know. But I was brought up way different. I'm a true diehard. But yo, I'm with you, Colin. I think we're going to whoop their ass for sure. And you're the man. And I appreciate you tuning in. And oh, China has been right there with us all. You sickos, you've seen it. And a lot of people, it's like, oh, I don't care. I'm like, dude, I don't care either. I try to tell them all the time, please stop. If you just want to whine about how much the Eagles suck and everybody sucks, there are literally 99% of the Eagles content creators out there will agree with you. The media, everybody will happily. I'm sorry, I'm different. I'm sorry, just like with Jalen Hurts, Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, all the people we've signed and drafted, I just don't follow what they say. I go with what I say, and well, we always just see who's right in the end, right? Dude, it's insane to me that they do say this kind of stuff. So punch me in the face, please. My man Wheels, appreciate you, dude. Niners and Cowboys won the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's exactly what I said each time, man. I agree with you 100%. Hey, look, let them have their little victory in the regular season. Good for you. Good for you. I agree with you 100%, Wheels. I think that it's so funny to see, and they're still I mean, don't they have games they're playing against other teams and they're still watching Eagles videos, still crying, still trying to get through the night? I love that, man. That tells me, no, we are that good, because even the fans of other teams are petrified of us. So get excited. A Merry Christmas to you, and Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything that I'm sure there are thousands other that I'm not remembering, but happy holidays to all of you. I don't care what you celebrate. As long as you're a sicko, you're welcome in these parts. But, yo, appreciate that super chat, my man. Let's go, Birds. And you're right, dude. Let them get caught up in it. As we start dominating these next 4 games, they're going to have to spin some more. Well, it's an easy schedule. They never played good teams in that gauntlet. Yeah, okay. And China, we made that joke earlier, like, oh, apparently we just didn't play anybody now, right? So give me a break. But thank you so much for that, my man Wheels. Cannot thank you enough for those super chats, you guys, especially during the holiday season. So let me get back to this. Teams are already punching their Super Bowl thing. Yeah, man, it's truly funny to see. I love it, man. I'm all about these people sleeping on us. I prefer to be the underdog. I don't like when the media, all of the entitled people, are on our side. I just don't like that, because they're not real fans. And you see them right now bashing the Eagles every chance they get. But come Monday night, Tuesday, I've been the biggest fan. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, how much I like the Eagles. Like, all right, dude, nobody needs to hear your corny ass stories, bro. Someone called Nick's job. Dude, I've seen it, because they went from Brian Johnson now, because they don't know what's going on. They don't know that an offensive coordinator that's calling plays is the one that is, wait for it, calling plays. So, but they also don't understand that an offensive-minded head coach is game planning throughout the week. Whoa! I mean, we're talking about basic stuff that these people it seems to just pass them right by. I don't know why they don't understand this stuff, but they get furious. So each week, we got to fire everybody. You remember they wanted to fire Sirianni as soon as we hired him. Let me tell you about a guy named Brandon Staley. Now, there's a guy that you want to hire. About that. No. Who were the other ones they were trying to tell me? McDaniels. Oh, you don't know football. McDaniels is the guy. I'm pretty sure both of those guys got fired. Well, Frank Reich, yeah, he got fired. Yeah, Nick Sirianni made it to the Super Bowl in his second year. And there's coordinators that everybody wanted to fire of his. They both got head coaching jobs after their second year. That's insane. You can hate them as much as you want, but they're good. That's how they got those jobs. So, yeah, we have a very high lack of intelligence out there. And that's fine if you want to be a casual fan and just enjoy it. But why act like you're an expert if you don't even have the knowledge of a casual fan? Like, I don't understand it, but it's cut and fire everyone season, no matter what. I'm just glad the trade deadline's over. Although you still get your people that don't know anything that just throw it in there. We got to trade. Yeah. And it's like, well, unfortunately, you cannot trade at this point. But, again, and how are you expected to know that kind of stuff? It's like, I literally have a show every day that keeps you up to date. You will know everything more than anyone ever if you watch a show. I mean, for you sickos that watch it, I give you the actual information. I cut out the dumb shit, and I know that doesn't get me all the views and subscribers and stuff, and that's fine, because I'm never going to build myself. I got told in the beginning, if you really want to gain fans, you got to quit on the Eagles, just like the other content creators. You got to be able to switch the flip. You hate the Eagles, make videos trashing them. I was like, look, dog, that might be how you got like 50,000, but I'm going to be real with you. I'm a diehard, baby, and these colors don't run. I don't care how many subscribers it gets me. I'm not doing that, dude. I will love my Eagles. And the weirdest part is none of these people are ever right about anything. Like, I just continue to be, and it's like, well, you don't know. And it's like, I think my work kind of shows you that I might. I just might. And I don't like to say, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's just really weird to me that I have to sit here and endure these people, because it's like, dog, I'm going to need you to start getting something right if I need to listen to you, because one of these days, bro, we're going to need you. The Seth Joiners out there that don't know anything that's going on, the Shane Hafts out there that are just making videos, hating on the Eagles every day. It's like, no wonder they spent the last 3 years making those videos about Jalen Hurts. That's cool, man. Find those clips that help your narrative. Do what you need to do to build your following. For me, I'm going to stay true to the game of football and to my Eagles, and may the best man win. But content creator really been awful. Oh, yeah. It's been so disappointing to see people call. Yeah, they I really don't have a strong grasp of what's going on. And you saw it when all of them did that with Jalen Hurts. We got to trade him for Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson. No, thank you. As I said throughout those years, everybody, you're so stupid. You don't know. We should give up all of our draft cap space or draft picks, everything, and get a old quarterback. I sat here and was like, you guys are smoking something that I don't know about. And I tried with Howie Roseman. Oh, you got to fire a guy like that. He's horrible. Sirianni. I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I mean, I have tried. And, let me give a big shout out here before I get sidetracked to my good friend, Gabe Rangel. The man is a godsend, truly has helped me in times where I have felt like I'm done doing this. Like, I am tired of trying to help casual people who just don't give a shit and want to whine and be upset all the time. And I found a guy that made a steal, bro. Former Marine who is one bad dude but a great dude. And you guys have probably seen him. He's been popping up in a lot of these Eagles videos, but he was just on the most recent one with Lane Johnson. And he's the guy sitting at the fire with him. And you guys remember he's been on the show a few times. But I just want to give him a shout out for all he is doing, not only for Lane Johnson, but so many people out there, including me, just being a friend and, not only just helping me with the football stuff, but just life in general. And I'm sorry that got kind of like thrown out of the way, but it just made me think of that. Like, I've done what I can to bring the truth. I brought actual people that train the Eagles players, like the chefs, we're talking about real media people, real players. Like, I don't know what else I can do, but seeing him and like realizing like that's my friend sitting there with Lane Johnson, like he trains him every day. Like, he's talking. I mean, I get stuff. I found sources because of this stuff. Like, I have real information because of my hard work. And it's like these people still, they will refuse. They never listen. And look, man, I don't need them to like listen. I just need them to learn a little bit. And nobody ever wants to do that. And that's fine, man. I've tried to be kind to all the other ones out there, but they mostly just steal my work and then turn into little bitches when this, looks a little bumpy. So I'm good. I'll be real with you. I like to stay with the diehards, the sickos. That's what it is for me. I just don't have a good time talking to people that don't know what they're talking about. It's hard for me. I would rather, and if people don't know, I'd rather the mask or just be, admitting like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Could you tell me? Not, fire everyone. That makes no sense. Yeah, man. Holy hell. It's been bad. Hey, I really appreciate that, Anton. And I wish I could do more live videos. Things have just been so insane, guys. Like, I'm really trying to like get the financial situation, like trying to make a lot more money, picking up so many side jobs, things to add to my life to make me crazier. Just, I want to work for the Eagles one day, and I'm not going to give up that dream, right? So everything I do, it really does come back to that. But like, you guys are part of that. I can't do this without you guys. And I say it all the time because I mean it. But I look forward to this too. Like, when I make those other videos, it's because I know like the top matchups behind them. I used to do those live. I can't because it takes me like 15, 20 minutes just to record them, let alone, conversating with you guys throughout it. So I want you to get that information. I do these live ones because I want, the Fan Friday, the Victory Monday, or Muddled Monday. But, I think that for me, it's a great time for us to come together, and it's an escape for me. I really need it. It is seriously like I have to have that, escape, or I'm going to lose my mind because people just, I wake up in the morning and it's just nothing but trash talking. And, to every sicko, there's like 5 ass clowns. So we just got to keep building and building and building. And, we'll find the diehards. That's fine. And I'll keep standing up to them. But I truly miss. And then when I told you guys at the beginning, I was really looking forward to this show tonight. I seriously was. It's like, man, I can't wait because I know you guys, a lot of you are dependent on me coming here and bringing some energy. And it's like, I'm dependent on you guys to keep that energy going, baby. So that's what it's all about. We feed off of each other. And you sickos, I seriously can't do this without you. And just talking, after the Eagles posted that video, I was talking with Gabe and we were just having a great conversation. And I was just telling him, like, look, man, I know I try to stick to football to the most part, when with you guys, I don't every day, I tell you, look, I'm always here for you. Because seriously, there's so much going on in the world. Do not go it alone. Like, literally, that's all I ever did. I'm fine. And I wasn't. Like, don't do that. You don't have to be, I'm not your counselor, your preacher. I'm just telling you, you need a friend, reach out, man. And I found a pretty awesome one. And the dude has helped, Lane help with his mental health and getting him the help he needs. And he's helped push me in the right direction. And I just, if we could all do that for each other, do what we can, I think that would be, much better for this world. And my part, football. That's my escape. You guys know I almost died. This is literally my escape. This is what I created in that time. So I feel the same way, dude. And I love you, man. I appreciate you tuning in on these shows. And sorry, I can't always be live, but I always want to hear from you. If those videos are posted out there, please feel free to comment. I will always talk some birds with you. I truly love you guys. Your support, I cannot thank you enough for. You guys are way too kind. Little G in here. Let's go, birds. Appreciate you. Ted, my man. Yo, let's go. Bench Bradbury, I agree that those people should start learning a little bit about football because, look, James Bradbury has had his struggles. Slay has had his struggles in the season, but they both had pretty good games as well. Yeah, they're getting a little bit older, but you look at the alternatives here. Look, I'm very excited about Ringo's future. Joby. Okay. Almost called him Ringy, and then I said Joby. It's Ringo, Job, and Ricks. Holy hell. I like those three kids a lot, but I am in no way in hell am I going to bench them or bench James Bradbury for them. That's not happening. And look, I really am excited about those kids' future. Diamonds in the rough. Love it. Happy about it. Yeah. But I want to win a Super Bowl right now. And yeah, Bradbury's had his issues, but he's still one of the better corners in the game. I don't care that we have faced some of these top teams and these guys are a little beaten up. I know that Slay, Bradbury, these guys are definitely a little beat up, but bro, we just got to hope they stay healthy. You look at the practices, did not practice. You're trying to keep them healthy there in the game. You got to do what you can. And look, the playoff, when they come around, you're hopeful that we can smoke these teams, right? And we can start resting some of these starters and you hope that these guys get back to where they need. Maybe we could still get that. Well, no, we are going to get that number 1 seed. And then you see that this team does a lot better. That's just my opinion here, but I'm not benching Bradbury. I'm not cutting our head coach, offensive coordinator, none of that stuff. I want what we have right now to come together, figure out their mistakes that we talked about all week, and it's about when you're running the ball, where you're running the ball, on what down you're running the ball. Situational football, man. We talk about the play calling. It has been great at times. There have been bad times on offense and defense, but people want to hold on to small moments. Oh, you got to fire everyone. Keep in mind, this is the first year of these coordinators. Like, remember the beginning of the season. This Super Bowl hangover, they could never. Oh, wait for the gauntlet. Well, okay, man, we're 10-3, and the gauntlet's done. So, I mean, like, nobody even gave us a chance to get those 10 wins. But now, all of a sudden, season's over. I call bullshit, man. I call bullshit. Having a one-sided beef with Slay, beef over. I don't know which guy you mean, but there are a lot of them out there. That Kendall Jenner, Eagles dude, he's always going after Slay because he is pissed. He lies every year. He makes stuff up. That was the kid that was always trashing me for supporting Hurts because he said Hurts could never be good. And yet people follow that person. Wow. But he was saying, like, my source told me Darius Slay is being traded to the Ravens. And I remember commenting, like, dog, you don't have sources. Like, you do this every year and it never happens. And then it didn't happen. He was like, well, they told me that it would if it could have, but it didn't because it should, but then it didn't. It's like, all right there, Jenner, simmer down there, but he is going to war now. He is offended that Darius Slay had a great game last game, and he doesn't know what he's watching. So he was a trash can. We got to cut him. And Slay was like, actually, I had a pretty good game. And he was like, I'm offended. You guys heard me earlier in the video. They want to make it on individuals until the individual says something. And then, well, what about the team? Rumors, made up shit all the time. And people, I do not know why those are the top content creators. I don't get it. I don't. And I'm not here to bash them. That's awesome. If they can continue to build by lying and making things up, sweet. But I always thought more people would want the truth. That proved to be very wrong. And we, live in the age of misinformation. So it's just wild to see. It really is. Yeah, I'm all about it, Teresa. Let's go, birds. And boys put on pads early this week. That's right. Hey, look, and people were offended about that. Oh, they're practicing. And it's like, yeah, man, they're trying to get better here because they need to. They need to get back to the basics. Is that not what I've been talking about? That goes back to them not watching and not knowing anything about football. But it's like, you got to get back to the basics, man. You're too good to be, making these stupid mistakes. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're beating yourself. Nobody's beating you but yourself. So get back to the basics. If that sounds stupid to someone, I urge them to maybe play a sport someday. Do you feel like everybody thinking we're underdogs again and we all know what happened? Let's bring out the dog. Oh, I love being the underdog. I always love the underdog. I told you guys earlier, there's going to be a point in the season where everybody turns on us, probably in the gauntlet. And that's where we need it, right? We need everyone to sleep on us because they're all going to be the biggest fans, right? And then they'll flip and then they'll flip again. And we're in that moment right now where they've flipped, but they've got their stuff in the drafts. I've been the biggest Eagles fan. Let me tell you why I'm the biggest Eagles fan. I've always been an Eagles fan. I never trash Eagles. And they get offended if you bring it up, like, oh, didn't you just say last week? Like, I never, no one ever. And it's like, well, dog, I mean, you sat there for a week being as loud as you could about it. I thought we were talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm offended. It's like, okay, weird. More than people inside the building. Yeah, it's really weird to me, man. And I actually have sources inside the building. So whenever I give something, and I won't give you something all the time. I only do it when I actually can give you something. And every time I do, it happens. And people get so offended about it. How dare you? I had a guy that made something up the other week and he was wrong, but I love him. But don't you dare give me the truth. And it's like, all right. And they're like, sure, you don't have to. And it's like, I wish like I could hold you and, rock you to sleep. I don't know how to help you. I feel so bad that, they follow all these people that lie to them and don't have sources. And it's like, it's so weird that they're offended that I do. Like maybe if they worked hard too and didn't, build their brand off of making stuff up, they could get real sources. They could make friends with Eagles players. I mean, that's happened in my life, bro. Like no matter where I make it, where I go, like I've already had like the most insane, like, when I was at the close practice, like that to me is one of my most insane memories. And obviously at the end, getting to, shoot the shit with Howie and talk with him, but like being there, being in a place where I'm not supposed to be, right? Like it's a closed practice and just hanging out with the trainer, Lane Johnson's girlfriend, just talking with her. And he's looking over at me like, who's this long-haired son of a bitch talking to my girl? Then he comes over and it's like, hey, what's up? And hey, remember me from the computer? And then we get to talk and it's like, dog, that's what I've been trying to build towards. So I'm going to keep building. And obviously I would have been there again this year if my dog didn't help break my damn ankle, but it is what it is, man. I guess it was never truly broken, but sure ruined a month of my life. And that's all I ask is that you sickos, as long as you're getting something from it, that's what it's all about. Like you guys know, like I love when you guys say like, I heard someone making something up, so I came to your channel. It's like, you're always going to get the facts here. You know that I actually have real sources and like I get pretty damn close to what's going on. So, hey, when I'm allowed to tell you, I tell you stuff. When I can, I hold it in and feel like my head's going to explode. So, but I appreciate you guys. I really do. I lost 7 games. For a lot of people that live in the past, I guess people get bothered by that. I'm not somebody like that with the whole like, oh, well, teams that lose the Super Bowl aren't allowed to win 10 games in the first 13. To me, that stuff doesn't matter. That's the past. We're in the right now. So, but yeah, we're winning this Monday. So that's all that matters to me. It's going to be a good one. White, green, tablet. Yeah, whatever they wear, I'll be excited. Jeez, I know a lot of people get offended about that stuff, but I don't care. I just want to see my birds play. It's a different beast, even these past 2 games. Oh, yeah, man. I tried. I did my best to get everyone on board with him. Being the leader, the only content creator that supported him from the beginning, that is an honor I will always have. And I hear people like, well, this one guy started supporting him last year when he was winning. And it's like, that's awesome, dude. I'm talking about actually supporting him. I never wanted to trade him. Like, you'll never see people posting stuff about me wanting that because I'm the true day one. So getting everyone on board the Hurts train was one of my biggest accomplishments. I love that, man. Watching people now praise him, speaking that into existence for years was brutal, taking all the heat I got for it. But hey, man, let's go. But appreciate all of you. I really do. I said that in my head when I read the first one. What did you say? Now I'm losing my mind. I can't keep up with you guys. This is what happens on Fan Fridays. I'm a High Plains drifter. I know you were talking about the work, so I appreciate you, dude. Brandon Sale, yeah, man. Eagles fans wanted that. Go Birds! Sorry to make you cry here. I'm about to catch up. Want to fire all these losing coaches? Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, Brandon Staley just got fired. Let's hire him. He'd be better than Brian Johnson. It's like, dog, I would just stop talking football. The ship goes down when we play with the band. That's right, my friend. That is right. Look, that's exactly right there. You said it at the end. Compose yourselves. Jesus, we're not Cowboys fans. Have a little bit of, come on. Uh, I'm getting pissed off just thinking about it. Look, a little respect for this team, this fan base. When you go out here looking like a little bitch, telling everybody the Eagles suck, oh, we're the worst team, oh, the season's over, you look like a little cowboy bitch. Knock it off. Have some cojones, man. Holy hell, what are we doing out here? These are our birds. You want them to fight, but yet you've got the fight of a little muskrat, dude. Come on, baby. Where are my Eagles at? I want to see some real fight. You're asking this team to fight, but yet you can't even fight yourself out of a wet paper bag. Embarrassing. I don't like to see it. So grow a little bit. Let's go, birds. All your job is to be a fan. Support your team. Holy hell. God, I start trying to convince. I do. I don't. They will, but they just don't stop. They just continue coming to tell me, and I just continue to dog walk them. So, God help us all. But just rehashing the problems, give a solution, isn't just fire. Exactly. And that's what those shows are for every day throughout the week. And right here tonight, everything you guys want to know. How can we fix this? What can we do here? Ask me. I will not tell you, oh, well, it's as simple as what the media said. Fire everyone. My man, William, hope you're doing well. Let's go. Said we'd have a Super Bowl hangover. They said a lot of things. That is correct, my man, Callie Green. Smoke those bitches because they don't know what they're talking about, and they're going to continue moving those goalposts. And I apologize that I continue to swear to any of my listeners who are not down with that. I do apologize. I get a little bit excited sometimes. Me, myself, I don't care about swearing, but I know some people get worked up about words. So apologize to you, but I'm a little bit heated when it comes to my Eagles. I'd love to just wake up a day and talk about, and I do. I have you guys. That's where I'm lucky now. And I do. And I remember that, okay, we got the sickos, but man, all of it every day. It's like, bro, you think this disease isn't hard enough waking up with? Then I got to deal with 20 little wieners whining away. Like, all right, dude. Let me try to teach you. And every time you try to teach them, they throw a fit. And it's like, all right, dude, well, maybe just tune in sometime and I'll help you. Well, I would never learn the game. It's like, all right, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Bro, and that right there, like, why can't we? And I know people don't like that I post the injury reports. I keep you up to date with all the things that are actually happening. Hey, why aren't you posting about trading for Patrick Mahomes? Why aren't we signing in Dominican Sue? Like, all right, dude, well, I talk about things that are happening. But blanket chip, like that right there, that's amazing news. Is anybody talking about it? No. I posted it earlier. Nobody wanted to comment about that. They wanted to be pissed. And I had to put a disclaimer, like, before you say the season's over or anything, let's remember this is the second day of practice of the week. So take it all with a grain of salt when you see guys still not practicing. But when you see people improving, great sign. Reed Blankenship got the concussion. Sometimes you can make it in a week, but considering it's a Monday game, much better chance. And now full participant, a very great chance. So not cleared yet, but very, very positive sign. Why do you think we're able to shut out the Chiefs in the second half of the game that struggled against the Whiners and the Girls? Well, for me, you made the adjustments, and we talked about that, how this team was able to come out here and do that, not only to the Chiefs, but multiple teams throughout this season where they struggled at the beginning of the games. They came out, and a lot of people just wanted to focus on the fact that they struggled rather than the fact that they were able to not only, work on things and look good in that same game. It wasn't, oh, next week we got it. It's, dude, right at halftime, we switched, we adjusted. That's great. That's a great sign from your young coaches. So I loved that. But when you get teams like the Cowboys and the Niners, you don't always have the luxury of being able to do that because they're really good. And I think one of the things is our team was just kind of beat up. I don't think they had that energy, and that is concerning. You don't want to be like, oh, they weren't out there, playing with that. I think they were truly beat up. And, you don't want to use fatigue as an excuse, but it's like these guys just played the toughest teams in the NFL week after week after week after week after week. And then, you get the Niners who had 10 days rest. You had the Cowboys 10 days. So they had 10 days to not only get healthy, game plan, but they were ready for it. So for me, we just kind of were. And for both of those games, if you look at some of the little mistakes where it's like, man, if this mistake doesn't happen, like we start driving, okay, we score a touchdown, then boom, oh, we're in the red zone. Oh, we're at the 5-yard line. We fumble. Like, you just score a touchdown there. Oh, you kicked the field goal. Those 2 field goals at the beginning of the Niners game, what if we scored 2 touchdowns? Like, to me, the adjustments, were made in that Chiefs game, but they didn't really need to be when it was the Niners and Cowboys. That's where I come with the execution stuff. It's not just the coaches, it's the players as well. They're struggling too. And then you get to be, it's not the players. They don't play. It's the coaches who coach. And people get so lost. And it's like, I don't know what you're saying, dude. Like, it's all of them. Trust me. And I just, to me, you've got the talent and they had the right game plan. In some of the games, they didn't. And they worked on it. Those other games, I just feel like you made mistakes and you needed to clean that shit up and you didn't. So I just think that, you're going to have games where you're not going to be able to dig out of a hole, but that was only 2 against 2 of the top teams in the NFL, right? So after you just played that gauntlet. So for me, it's still very possible to do to any team. This team is battle tested. They show you, okay, we learned from the first half. We take that, go into the locker room, come out swinging with a different mindset. Dude, I think it's awesome. So I think they could have come back on either of those. And the 49ers won a lot of just stupid mistakes. You just got bullied in that game. I don't know what they were doing. Let them come into our house and do that. Unacceptable. And the Cowboys, every time it felt like something was going to go our way. Penalty, turnover, something stupid where how are you going to adjust out of that, right? So I just think that we're good enough to adjust, beat anyone, do whatever we need to do to win. I just think that some games gets away from you, So that's what happened with the Niners and the Cowboys there. But Reed, big fan. Thought much about potential seeding. To an extent. I've obviously put together that NFC standings for you. I'll show you right here if you'd like. But looking at this here, you see that the Eagles obviously dropped to number 5 here, and you don't want to see that. Obviously, Cowboys took over the division, but the thing is, the Eagles only have to win out, and then they are the division winner. So let's say, the Niners don't lose, and we win out. Okay, well, then we're still the number 2 seed. Great, awesome. But when the Niners lose to the Ravens, they'll drop to 10-4. We just continue, or, well, at that point, maybe 11-4, whatever. But we'll be the best team in the NFC. We will have that bye, and we don't have to worry about anything else. But you look, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5 will all play each other. So right now, if it were to end, you would have the Bucks and the Eagles, you'd have the Lions and the Vikings, and then you would have the Cowboys and the Packers with the 49ers having that bye. So look, it's a tight race there at the end. As I talked about, the Seahawks are hungry, man. They're not out of this. They're 6-7. Who cares, man? That's the last wild card spot. They could easily go get it, dude. So, yeah, man. But to me, I'm not worried about it because, as I've said each week, man, great question. But the Eagles control their destiny in this season. Don't worry about seeding. Don't worry about this, that, the other thing. You just keep doing your thing, and you will be the best team in the NFL come season's end. And that's regular season and the postseason. So I think we're locking up that number 1 seed. I still feel confident about it. Yeah, got a little bumpy there, but guess what? We talked about this before the season started. They have very easy schedules. We have hard ones. So if they have a better record, don't be upset because at the end, we get a chance to make it right. Dog, we have the same record. They are not better than us. Same record. And they've had easy games. And I mean, they've even lost them. The Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. Niners lost 3 straight. Nobody wants to talk about that. Oh, I will. But hey, man, whatever gets them by. But for me, this Eagles team, they're sleeping on the wrong ones, baby. Wrong ones. Let me get back over here. But great question, Anton. But appreciate you getting that in there. Yo, my man, Keith. Not Keith. Let's go. Appreciate you tuning in, dude. Hope you're doing well. Getting pumped up for this game here. And, oh, yeah, he is. He is very, very terrible. Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. He's like stuck in like 25 years, like from, when football was played, when I grew up as a child watching him in this era, like he still thinks football is played the same way. And, every week it's, we're not blitzing every play. That's why we're failing. And it's like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard because we're one of the worst blitzing teams. Like there's a reason this kind of defense, you need to get pressure. Okay, with your front. I mean, if you've missed the videos from the offseason the last 3 years, I try my best to explain how this kind of defense works, but he doesn't get it. And this dude takes pride in trashing the Eagles every week, going out of his way, trashing the players, tagging them. He even retweeted one of those D-bags that was the big Hurts hater, who is now a big Eagles hater again. But they're all whining and, dude, screenshotting away, baby, bookmarking. I was like, oh, we gonna dance this time. So you remember like a week ago when Seth Joyner was like, I've actually believed in this team from week one. I think they're the best. And I was like, who? Wait, what's happening? I said, I must be high or something because this is not right. So feels like we're back on track here. He's back to jumping ship. Hates the Eagles. Good. Cannot wait to hear you next week say you're the biggest Eagles fan ever and you knew how good they would be. Exactly. They just want to say what other people agree with. I won't do that. And you guys know it gets me a lot of hate, but I'm sorry I don't follow the masses. For anybody that's known me my entire existence, they call me the free spirit for a reason. And Jimmy F. and Smith for a reason too, baby. I'm an outlaw, baby. The Lone Ranger. And I don't follow their shitty rules or their shitty narratives. And it's actually worked out pretty well. Like Seth Joyner, what he said. I loved him as a player, but a complete idiot when it comes to football. Every year it's how Jalen Hurts can't develop. Everybody sucks. Fire Sirianni. Brian Johnson sucks. Sean Desai sucks. Darius Slay sucks. Sucks. Everybody sucks. Whine. Pretty embarrassing. Fans in the 70s learned to let tough losses go. And I got ripped for that. Jose, people are dumbasses. They aren't diehards. I was born in the 80s, so I get it. Trust me. My grandfather, my father are all diehard Eagles fans. It was in my blood, baby. So from the day I was born, it was always, bro, we're battle tested. We do not flip-flop. We are not closet fans. We don't only cheer when we're winning. That's not who we are. We are Eagles fans. We are diehards, sickos. And bro, my dad taught me a great lesson in that. And I've always been a very faithful, honest person. And I think that's gotten me great people in life. It's also got me shit on in life. I'll be honest with you, because you got to kind of be dirty in life, as you can see by this new way of life. But I just can't do it, man. I love sticking to my guns, being real. I just like being the free spirit, man. I like being different. It's always going to be my thing. But, well, as long as you guys like it, right? Yo, hey, look, I appreciate that. Another super chat. Yo, Wheels, cannot thank you enough, my man. Really appreciate that. And I love you, brother. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. And, yo, dude, I hope to hear from you throughout this week. I'm going to be back tomorrow. We're going to have the game status report. I think I'm going to do that one live. It's a Saturday video, so I think I might have a little bit of time. Try to chop it up with you guys a little bit. But I always look forward to these live videos. And look, I enjoy making those other ones too, because, a lot of information for you guys to, take on there. For those of you that want to learn stuff, for those of you who just want information, don't want to have to do all the work that I do, and I just do it for free. There you go. But let me find out where I was with Wheels. Thank you so much, man. Sorry you have to run, but if you rewatch it and you got more to say, I'd love to hear from you, my man. But let me jump. I don't know where the hell I was. Oh, here we were. Sorry about that, but thank you, Wheels. Have yourself a great Friday and a great weekend, my man. My job had a bad month in October. I was like, okay, Liz, let's polish up on my mess. Back on my ish. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Right there is what I'm talking about. See, that kind of energy, it resonates. It spreads. That's what we're looking for in these parts. And I was talking about that earlier. I believe it was either you, China, somebody's comment where, look, I didn't want to just jump off topic, but how much this team means to me and how much, I let it, my younger years, drinking, being crazy, how much I let it affect me. But now it's like how much I let them drive me, how much I laugh about. Look at that young man, Jalen Hurts, putting me to shame, like 1% better every day. That's, dude, it's literally when you're calling yourself out life lessons because of the Philadelphia Eagles, doesn't get much better than that, Liz. So I love that. Just reading that was getting me pumped up. That's what I'm talking about. We're holding ourselves accountable. We're getting better, just like the Philadelphia Eagles. And you're about to have one badass month. Hopefully November went well, December going well, and then starting you off in January with a bang. Let's go. Let's get that positive energy out there for Liz, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it. Let's go. I love that. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of energy I'm looking for from you sickos. That's what this is all about. Oh, man, you got me ready to run through a wall. It's a game day. Whoa, I wish it was. The team thought, like some of these fans, they would destroy themselves. Oh, yeah. And if they would have been watching some of the years when I was a kid, they would not have done well. Let me tell you, they would have jumped ship very fast. And that's okay, man. Let them whine. As long as they got you sickos, that's all that matters. But you're right, man. It's truly funny. Hertz always says it's about how you respond, right? Not about how we're getting knocked down. And that's exactly how I looked at it when I got this disease, right? It was like, well, look what I did to myself. Oh my God. Look, I let the world get me. I drank. Oh, what an idiot. I knew alcohol was the most deadly drug, but yet I drank anyway. Always trying to beat myself up. And it was like, wait. You're down. Okay. You were stupid. But how are we getting back up, baby? And it was like I knew they were coming. Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni weren't even here yet. And I'm building the foundation. Oh, we had B, D, N leading the way and try to get people on board that first year with the Super Bowl. And look at it. They built something here, man. And I've just been going. And that's where on the road to victory, we got to give a big shout out to Chelsea, helping come up with that bad boy. But that's where we are, baby. On the road to victory in life with the Eagles. All about it. That's why I bring that stuff up. So I love to hear those stories. That's especially on Fan Friday. That's what this is all about. It's how you respond. And it sounds like you're responding like our soon-to-be Philadelphia Super Bowl champion Eagles. Let's go. Love it. Love it. My son was like, oh, your supervisor, like, this ain't you. But yo, that's right. Exactly right. At times, whether, maybe we got stuff going on outside, maybe it's just something stupid at work, maybe just some stupid things happen with that work in itself. So a lot of different things could, we talk about how much context matters, right? So, and when you got people believing in you, how much easier does that make it, right? How much do you think, and look, I know they're NFL players, they make millions, they shouldn't be listening, but guess what? They're human beings. They do. And they are on the internet. They do have shows. They do have lives, believe it or not. But what do you think that does when their fans, their top fan creators, the media, know nothing about football and spend all day whining and trashing them? They're just like, who cares? Whatever. Now, not all of them are built like Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take it and I'm going to just shove it up your ass, right? So, hey, I don't know. Maybe just being supportive, in my opinion, is a help. So that's awesome that your supervisor had your back. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to supervise the Eagles fans into being fans, right? So it's all we ask. It's all we ask. Oh, she's got us a little score prediction here, 28-24. And that's something I talked about in these top matchups. Look, I'd love to win this game, and I think we can. But don't think this couldn't be a close game. They are very talented. A lot of young talent. Sure, they've had their struggles, but they get things going the right way. Whew, they've got great running backs, receivers. They've got okay line and quarterback and tight end, but those other weapons are fierce. And that defense, a lot of young studs there. The defensive line is loaded. So going to be a close one, but love the score prediction. 26-16 for Manton. Let's go. All about it. Now the rain game. Oh, sleepless in Seattle. Rain, sleet, or snow. The Eagles are trained to go. To quote QB1, Jalen Hurts. So all about it, man. Need the 10-point win. Yeah, how about it? I'll take it anyway. But yeah, that'd be great if we could go out and smoke them, dude, especially a team with as much talent, because it doesn't matter then what the media or anybody's whining about, because it's like, no, we know we took out a talented team. That's all I need to see. That's all I need to feel deep down inside. So, but I'm with you, my heart. Pop, I know you're probably watching. I know we could use a damn good game where we just smooth sailing. That's all I want to see. Yeah, how about it? I'd like to see, we talk about, let's get some sacks, some interceptions, let's some big plays, but how about it? A pick six would be nice. Maybe a punt return touchdown by Covey. If you guys heard me talking about that on the show yesterday, please, for the love of God. But my brother, Wheels, if you're still in here, thank you again for those super chats. For your adjustments, if we're not getting pressure with the front four, I would go back to those odd man fronts that we don't want to run a lot of. Now, that worked a lot of the time with the odd fronts when we were shutting down the run. It really makes you able to disguise a lot of different things. I thought because of injuries, maybe that took away a lot of things, but we definitely see more like a four-man front when you are watching the game, but you will see dabbles here and there. But I think one of the key things I talked about, was having healthy linebackers, having healthy safeties, because obviously when you're not getting pressure, nobody, it's going to be a tough time, right? So it's just making these guys that are already hindered look even worse. So that's why I don't think we should cut, trade, fire everyone, because we're not getting that pressure. So honestly, as much as I would love my odd fronts and I love talking about that kind of stuff, I think it's kind of simple. last year, a lot of people hated, being the number one defense with Jonathan Gannon. They hated being number one against the pass and interceptions, all that great stuff. I don't know why they didn't like it, but now they're pissed that we don't have it. It makes no sense to me, but we rotated a lot. And look, I understand you want to have your best players on, the field, and your young guys, we talked about it before the season started. Don't get upset when Nolan Smith's not playing every snap or Sidney Brown. Like, that's how the NFL works. So we talk about this, just evening out the reps. I think Reddick, Sweat, I get it, but you've got Brandon Graham, you've got Nolan Smith, and I think Nolan Smith's time is coming. But even in the sense that, like, it's just way different. Like, I can't say off the top of my head because I haven't looked at it in a minute, but last time I remember looking at it, it was like 75% like of the snaps that like Reddick was playing, and it was like, dog. Like, I feel like you don't have to do that with this team. Like, you literally can keep a fresh rotation. And I understand that a lot of offenses, maybe they try to keep you, on your feet. They try to run up tempo. But look, I'm not seeing, just the rotations. And look, I know injuries have happened in games where you can't, but you've got the edge rushers. You've got the interior linemen. I mean, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams, and even Marlon Tuipulotu and Moro Jomo. So maybe just some more reps, keeping people fresh. Maybe that will allow us later in games to get more pressure. I don't know, man. I don't like it, but I don't think the answer is, blitzing every play. I know Seth Joyner is going to say that, but that to me is the dumbest thing you can do, especially against a lot of these quarterbacks. When I hear him saying that, like, you got to blitz Patrick Mahomes every play, like, that literally is probably the last thing you want to do to Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know where he got that idea, but really weird to me. So my answer would be not blitzing every play and just maybe some more rotation there, keeping guys more fresh. I don't know, man, but we need to get more pressure here. We're getting a lot of pressure, but we need sacks. We need turnovers. We need those plays to happen. Got a pick six for me last week, but due to the circumstances, couldn't really enjoy it. Well, I think it was a fumble recovery, so you didn't get your wish yet. Let's save it, China. Let's save it for this week. But now that video was awesome. I watched it the other day. I was like, oh, yeah, that happened. And I still couldn't get happy about it. So I'm with you. I hear you. That was rough. And the worst part was I lost in fantasy because of that pointless return touchdown. And that made me have to play in the first round of the playoffs instead of getting that bye. I was the points leader by 300 points. 300 points. And I ended up in third. Don't even get me started there. But, and by the way, Chargers were my defense last night. Just Uncle's a diehard Cowboys fan, so when he died, I did what he should have done and became an Eagles fan. Well, I'll just say Lane Johnson makes it pretty hilarious. He's got Cowboys members in his family. They don't exist on Sundays. I think he is one of the funniest people when discussing that kind of stuff. If I had Cowboys members in my family, I don't know what I would do to them, but hey, you made the smart move, the right choice. So I'd love to see it. But hey, enjoy your weekend wheels. We appreciate you, my dude. It shows you how far behind I am, Jesus. And yes, shout out to Chelsea with an A, just to let you know. But what a godsend. Played football since 8-year-old, but started watching when I was 12. I hated the bandwagon Cowboys fan so much. Became an Eagles fan. Oh, hey, that's what it's all about, family here, my man. And I started playing football from Pee Wee, and let's just say that's probably where a lot of brain damage came from. But yeah, football's been in the blood since day one, my friend. But love to hear it. Have a great weekend as well, ladies and gentlemen. But I see you all bouncing out. I am about to do the same. I hear the family downstairs. What do you think of Sweat, an honest offensive player, talking to the media? Look, I don't know that I even believe that, because you remember the same person lied about Jalen Hurts. He was seeing ghosts last year. He was going to be the worst quarterback in the league. And then I got invited to that practice, and I was like, I'm reporting that those are lies because he's actually going to be MVP caliber. And dude, they did not like that I called them out on their lies. So I'm going to call bullshit on that. But I think Sweat, they're just keeping it real. They should be pissed off. They better be pissed off. They better be on each other's asses. But they're not pissed off in the sense that whining and quitting like a lot of the fans are. They're not, we need to fire and cut it. That's not what and I think a lot of the fans are getting twisted by that. Like, yeah, they agree that we should give up this season. Like, no, No. Yo, right? But here's the thing. We get return points. So I sat here and I was like, all right, so they got Darius Davis. He's a great return man. If they, they don't have Josh Jacobs. And the last time they played them, they had 36 points against them. So I was like, all right, but hey, look, I usually warn myself if it all seems to be aligning, that usually means it's not going to happen. And I sat here Chelsea was right next to me, and I was like, oh, God. I was like, I hate playing people on Thursday because now I'm going to be pissed all the way until Sunday. But thank God they do allow return yards because they had a lot of return yards. Oh, but I have them in the other fantasy league too. And they scored -5. In my other one, they scored me 21 because of the return yards. But, dog, I play my little brother. So he has Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, David Montgomery, Swift, Njoku, Lamb, McPherson, Atlanta, Okiriki, Kevin Byard, Aiden Hutchinson. I've got Hurts, A.J. Brown, Rashee Rice, Kamara, Gibbs, Goddard, Derrick Henry, Havrisik, LA's defense, Ernest Jones, Keyshawn Nixon, Myles Garrett. So defensive players, we play with all kinds of crazy stuff. It's definitely not for your casual fan. It is insane. But I'm Monday. I got to wait. I've got Hurts, Goddard, A.J. Brown. He's got Devontae Smith, Kevin Byard, DeAndre Swift, who I'm hopeful we run the ball. So, of course, the week we run the ball, it's going to be why I probably lose my fantasy playoffs. Why wouldn't I play the Chargers defense to start it off, right? So, and look, D-Gun was like, when I had him on my show, I was like a pinnacle for me. He was one of my favorites growing up. And then that happened like a year later, and I was like, you son of a bitch. And all of you were tagging me in that because I went to practice like a day later and I reported all this is lies and they're all about to change. You guys remember that? I was like, all the media is going to have to change their story because I'm here and I'm telling you what I'm seeing. This team's going to the Super Bowl this year. And everybody's like, you don't know anything. And then we went to the Super Bowl. But I tried to get them all on board. And, people were tagging him in it like, oh, are you saying he's lying? I'm like, I'm just telling you what's actually happening. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just telling you the truth. So take it as you will. And then we went to the Super Bowl. Like, I literally got to shake Howie Roseman's hand and talk to him and tell him we're making it to the Super Bowl this year. I believe in you, man. I know it. And we're building a dynasty and we're going to win one within the next 2 years. Well, we didn't win it last year. So now we got to win it this year so I can stay true to my word. And when I see Howie again, we can say it again. Hey, you do remember me, right? As I keep just body bagging these fools out here. Same person that lied. Oh, yeah. Terrible times. Don't like to see it. I a pick six last night. I did. That was pretty impressive. That was very, very impressive. Who was it? Some of the Jack Jones. Is that who it was? Like Jalen Hurts not playing the Peyton Manning where he makes cars. That's hilarious. Don't listen to the media. They're jackasses. That's exactly why they said he could never develop. They're not watching. They clearly don't know anything about football. He's obviously still playing at an MVP level. But when the other guys around you are doing things, unfortunately, that's what happens. So, damn, that was pretty nuts, wasn't it? Holy hell. But, like Travis was saying here, the media just doesn't know much about football. Each week it's bench Hurts. He's not good. Fire Sirianni. And then we're in the Super Bowl and they're all, well, I knew they were good and I'm the biggest fan ever. You got to understand that these people just don't have a grasp of how football works in any way, shape, or form. They played Madden a couple times. Now they're experts. It's embarrassing out there. But thankfully, we all know Hurts is still playing at an MVP level. This team is still built to win a Super Bowl. So stay confident in there. Don't listen to the whiners out there, dude. I know a lot of these new fans want to be like Cowboys and 49ers. You sickos, stay right here with me. We'll continue showing them what diehards look like. School Eagles players who have these shows are starting to sound like it. Oh, they are. They're just mad they never got to win a Super Bowl. And look, I was mad too growing up watching them suck and not win Super Bowls. But I stayed right by their side and supported them. So I got all the work for them when they want to come out here and not ride with our team. Like when shit's bad, like we'll talk about it, break it down. But like, I'm not tagging players and telling them they need to be cut in week 15 and how much they suck. Like, dog, what, bro? Just so negative. People want to spread their negativity so much. And I get it, man. I do. But that's why I try to spread positivity. I try to counteract it because it's like they're bringing nothing. Like there's actually no substance to what they're saying. I bring you substance and positivity. So next. I think a lot of people, reputable and established reporting is being coerced by the need for clicks. Well, that's it. And that's what makes them reputable, getting clicks, right? It's not about getting anything right. If that were the case, I'd be the number one reporter in the world, because there's not one single draft expert, not one single person in the world that has gotten right as much as I have. And I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm literally just speaking the facts, as you guys all know. But it's weird to me. Like, so it's not about being right. I had to find that out the hard way. It's about, you got to be roofing people at tailgates. You got to be a racist. You got to be a chetty. You got to be all these weird things for people to support you. And it's like, I'm never going to be that, dude. So I just rely on you sickos. That's all I can do, right? I just need you sickos to keep standing by me. And I promise you, I'm taking you to the top with me. Well, they are haters. And look, they just don't like to see, they don't like, and McNabb hates Jalen Hurts because he could never be that kind of man. He still struggles with alcohol. He can't live in reality. So, of course, he's going to hate someone like Jalen Hurts, who doesn't drink and, is a freak of nature when it comes to being the best. This dude's out partying, getting drunk, throwing up in the Super Bowl because he's still hungover, while Jalen Hurts, he went to bed that night after he lost thinking about how I can't wait to get back and win it. A big difference. And I can understand why a lot of these players hate him, because they're just not built like these players. What do you think about TV media just being who can put out the craziest take? I just think it's embarrassing that the world, and I think it's embarrassing that people support it. People don't retweet, share my stuff. They don't, and I'm not saying you guys, but the world is so caught up in, oh, I hate this, but I'll comment every day. I'm going to retweet every day. I'm going to support them every day, but I hate it. And it's like, well, if you hate it, why do you keep making sure that it keeps growing and getting worse? Like, I don't get it, bro. I find it to be unbearable, and I have to deal with it every day, every week. People telling me, oh, well, this stupid reporter told me. And I said, okay, well, what did this reporter say we were going to do in the draft? What did they say about free agency? Do they understand how the cap works? I mean, if they don't understand basic things that I explained to you guys into detail, then I don't have time, because I don't care, because they don't know what they're talking about. It's literally so annoying to me. I cannot take it. And I just think that it's so embarrassing that we live in a world, that it's like, oh, if we could just misinform everyone and kill everyone with our, Trump virus, and just to see how easily people are manipulated to follow the people in charge. It's scary, man. Like, they just, oh, yes, you want me to spread your virus? Sure, I'm dumb. Like, I mean, that was proof right there. I was like, oh, we're living in dumbass land. Like, oh my God. And that's what they know, though. The government, like, they know they can play on people's anger, dude. And it's the same with Eagles reporters. That's what the world's going to do. They want to pit you guys against each other. They want to make sure. Now, you guys know I don't identify as a direction. I don't allow old people to tell me what to do and how to live my life. That's never going to be for me. Hey, you guys enjoy that, thoughts and votes and prayers or whatever. Cool, dude. I don't live like that. I am never, ever going to be I'm not bending over. Let's just put it that way. Played out and Hurts ignoring wide open read and forcing it. Yeah, Orlovsky's one of the biggest morons. He sure is. I agree with you 100%. That guy, there's a reason he said Carson Wentz was the next great quarterback, and Jalen Hurts could never, ever amount to anything like Carson Wentz. Goes to show you how little they know about football. So I needed this stream. Hey, man, that's why I need you guys, because seeing the 95% of this fan base out there, ooh, no, thank you. Lost me or lost. Yeah, they just don't know much about football, but a lot of people hold on to what these guys say as gospel. So you have to understand, don't get mad at them. They just follow what people tell them. So yeah, I try. I try. So we'll see, but Mean Street says Jalen is his Achilles heel. You're not alone, man. I've seen a lot of people. He controls their life. Like, they wake up and they're like sweating, dude. They're like, this kid's got me put in a headlock. They go on every Eagles channel. I mean, to see him control people's emotions like that. And it's not even that they're like, jealous of him because he's attractive and their girlfriends want him or whatever. And that's a lot of it. But like, you just see people just torn apart by this kid. He's so driven. He doesn't quit like they do at everything. So we get it, bro. Trust me. If I were a hater, he would be my Achilles heel too, because that's a real man. So don't blame me, dude. Don't blame me at all. Let's go one more time for the people in the back. That's right. The dude does not know ball. And I embarrassed Dan Orlovsky for about 3 years, teaching him how Jalen Hurts was a great quarterback. And he tried, and Emmanuel Acho to tell me and Joy Taylor that I don't know anything about football. And as you can see, these jackasses, they don't know anything because they either worship him or still hold on to their shitty takes because they don't want to be wrong. But hey, look, hey, they just don't know football, bro. I don't know how else to help them. I show them. I mean, I give them free answers, and they steal most of the shit, and then the one part they forget to steal is being a diehard fan. That's the one piece you're missing, guys. Come on, man. Steal that too. Yo, my dude. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. I was supposed to bounce from this video 10 minutes ago, but we're still sitting here shooting the shit because that is why I love Fan Friday. You guys always get me going, but I was actually just rolling out. We just spent the last hour talking about the Birds, Seahawks, everything else under the sun, because that's what you guys do on Fan Friday, laughing at all the haters, laughing at all the terrible narratives, the media. We gotta bench hurt. Like, come on, dog. Just sit down and let people that know football talk football. Oh yeah, they're all haters. That's what it is. They're not built like Jalen Hurts, so they hate him. Oh, he could never. And they're still all mad that they proved that they knew nothing about football by saying he could never develop. So now they're just praying that he, oh, these made up stories, he's regressing, when obviously anybody who watches football knows that's incorrect. So, or knows what they're watching. Sorry. For those of you that aren't inebriated and actually watch the games, we got this weird sect like, oh, I didn't watch any of it or see it, but I'm angry. Like, I know you are, dude. But hey, let the haters hate. I'll continue to educate. That's the words of these parts, because I mean them, but I can't continue to do it without you guys. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. NFL Reality Check, my man. Appreciate you coming in at the end here. But if you rewatch, you want something to talk about on your mind, feel free to leave it down below, my man. Not trying to cut you off, but I was trying to leave a while ago. But yeah, man. Hey, you know me as the leader of the Hurts band. Well, it is a bandwagon now that they all had to jump on, but Hurts train, Hurts season, whatever you want to call it, whatever I created, call it what you want. But it took me a while to get some other content creators and other people on board, but it was tough, dude. Let them hate, though. As I always say, I will continue to educate, and they will eventually be on board as the biggest fans ever. I mean, look at Jalen Hurts. I never said a bad word. And it's like, dude, we heard you guys for years. I mean, it's embarrassing at this point, but who cares? Honestly, like, let me enjoy my birds, and you sickos, as long as you keep showing up, that's what we'll continue to do here. I'll keep breaking it down each and every day, each week, with the injuries, with the top matchups, with everything you need to know, and not the shit you don't need to know, not the whiny crap. But if you guys, that's what you want to talk about on Fan Friday, I tell you, every time it's whatever you want to talk about. And I know you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. I can't wait to help them put a cork in it. So looking forward to it. But tomorrow, I'm going to be back. You want to talk a little bit more? We're going to be talking about the game status report, who's in, who's out, who's questionable, all that great stuff for both teams. But it's all I've got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And it's always 1 week at a time, my friend. Don't let them. Don't. And I know you guys aren't, but it's just, I have to tell myself, like, just don't even pay attention to them. They're just haters. They're just mad. They don't know what they're talking about. Just remember that. Just remember that. And I know people, misery loves company, but I don't love that company, right? So hope to see you tomorrow. But if not, I'm going to see you on Monday. So tomorrow that stuff will come out around 4 o'clock. But the Seahawks being West Coast, I don't know. So maybe it'll be a little later, 6, 7 o'clock. I don't know. But whenever it is, I'm going to try to do it live. So hope to see you then. If not, hope to see you on Sunday. Maybe I'll do a little something for you. If not, definitely on Monday for the pregame show. Practice squad elevations, inactives, all that stuff. If you remember Monday night games, the practice squad elevations are that day. So all I've got for you tonight, one last time, I'm going to say goodbye here, but I love each and every one of you. Appreciate you all tuning in here on this Friday. If you're watching this later, you watching it now, you got something else on your mind, feel free to leave it down below. If you got something from it, appreciate you hitting the like button, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great Friday night, a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, go Birds!